Alrighty guys, welcome back to another Phantom Parade video. Today we will be ranking my top 5 most wanted / anticipated SP bots to come out for the game. Obviously right now we have like the Kamo, the Yuji and the Junpei for global, but there's still a lot of guys to go over, right? So before we get any further, please flash that button for content and let's go. Alright, first we have Red Toto, okay, and he's at number 5. So Red Toto, as we all know, is a pretty crap unit. Even, you know, post adjustment and all that, my boy unfortunately just cannot catch a single W in this game. You know, bro, Toto's like top 5 in the series and he can't even get one good unit, but this could change with his SP buff, right? So right now he's kind of all over the place. He has, we'll base it off post adjustment, so he's just, you know, got damage skill 1, skill 2 he's got unchanged there as well. So he gets like this thing called best friend status, right, where the guy behind him gets buffed, right? And then also that when that ally is targeted, he can counter, and then he can also disrupt as well. I reckon if they gave, you know, just straight up damage buffs here, or even like a heal or damage reduction or anything apart from just Taijutsu stat, really, that will make it a lot more valuable, right? Because right now he's not really a valuable slot 3 at all, because apart from a few comps there's not much use, right? But imagine if like you had, he's red, right? So we had a OP red unit slot 4, have Toto slot 3, and he can just buff away, right? That would be the perfect, you know, thing for him. But unfortunately there's not much going for him, right? And skill 3 has, you know, disrupt as well, but that's about it. And his ult unchanged too, it does damage, and then the best friend status is crit rate for 3 turns 1 time. So I think on an SSR that is just not good enough. Like for 1 time for 20% is like nothing, right? If that's permanent, or even for like 2 turns, even 3 turns, that just shoots him up way more, right? I don't know why, but my boy's just getting shafted. So, and then on the auto skills, all he has here is when enemy is defeated, you get a 3 turn stack of 15% Taijutsu, and that changed to an extra zone skill as well, where he got crit rate by 20% too with zone, and that's when he black flashes, right? So what I changed here as well, just give him extra stats, right? Maybe a higher black flash chance, make the zone a little bit stronger, give him like some damage increase as well. But I think the main thing the SP buff should be doing is the skill 2 and the ult, right? And the skill 2 I think easily should give him just more stats to give to the guy behind him, and obviously him with the SP will have, I guess, a bit higher stats anyway, so just greater buffs, right? But overall this dude has a lot of potential, and hopefully they don't fumble the, you know, what, the third kind of Toto, because we have the blue one, then he got SP'd and he's not good. Hopefully it changes here, but we shall see. Alright, so in the number 4 spot, boys, we have Green Panda, okay? Green Panda, I can't lie, I'm a big fan of this guy. You know, he transforms, you know, he starts off as base panda, ult goes into the gorilla form. He's a cool character. On release, like when the game first came out, he was a decent option, but I think he's just like fizzled out of existence a little bit. But I think he definitely has some, you know, some qualities that could make him a crazy SP character, right? So first off, his skill 1 isn't very crazy at all. Obviously in the gorilla mode they'll get buffed, but like going off base mode, all he has is damage, right? Just a bit more, so he'll have 150% damage. Then skill 2 is what I really like about him. He has an enemy attraction for 1 turn, and then 40% damage reduction as well, and he'll also increase his own skill gauge rate as well, right? And on gorilla mode obviously that goes away, but over here I'd SP this one, maybe give him attraction for 2 turns, make him a little bit more valuable, I think. And then even maybe just up his you know, damage need reduction by maybe another 10% or something like that. You know, there aren't many uses for these kind of like tanky units anyway, so I don't see the issue in making like a couple of them really strong, right? And then skill 3, we have just damage, and in gorilla mode more damage, right? For that one, I think I leave that, you know, just damage, so whatever. And his ult, right, will obviously activate gorilla mode, increase his Taijutsu, and also he will increase break damage and do damage as well, and then recover his own curse energy by 10. I think from here, maybe just give him more stats again, more damage. Maybe just add like an extra stat where I know Yuji, the blue Yuji got counts. I wouldn't mind if Panda got some like attack received count. Maybe like every attack he receives, he can get extra like damage and extra like damage reduction, something like that. But maybe like 2% per hit. That'd be really cool actually. Just a bit of uniqueness, you know, man. Because Green Panda, he has potential. And then his auto skills, obviously, he has the gorilla mode, obviously, after ult, you know, and then some buffs, recover curse energy, all that good stuff, right? Panda's really cool. I do like him. And also on his base here, he has a revival as well, and also 10% damage reduction as well. So overall, like right as he is now, he's an okay unit, but not seeing any use at all really. So I do think he has potential. That's why he's in the number 4 spot. But now we enter the top 3, boys, right? And at number 3, we have my girl Hanami. Okay, Hanami, you know, again, I think she's just kind of fizzled out of the meta. Or not even meta, just like use at all. I feel like no one's using her anymore. She just got kind of mid, right? And she hasn't really got much going for her. Like, she has just damage here. And then here as well is just damage. And then here, it didn't even change the effect. But this is her main thing here. Decrease damage, enemies damage by 33.3%. And then increase ult gauge skill charge rate as well. I think from here, they can add an extra thing. Maybe decrease enemies damage and increase damage received, something like that. And then maybe just the ult gauge can stay unchanged, I think. But all they need to do is add like damage received and maybe a little bit less damage for them as well. And she's already like top 3, bro. Like maybe not top 3, but you know what I'm saying, right? And then over here as well, her domain doesn't even change on the adjustment, but it does damage, domain, and then it'll give her guaranteed hit and attack immunity. And then also decrease damage by an extra 33%. And she can the ult gauge. I think here as well, if they want to SP buff the ult, they can easily just do something like bit more damage. Domain has an extra effect. Maybe like increase red allies damage, increase Curse Spirit damage, anything like that, right? Just make it better. You know what I'm saying? Like, right now, like, besides the 33% thing, which is still good for like store comps, obviously, I want to see a bit more use in her. So again, maybe just decrease a little bit more damage, you know, decrease some damage, you know, taken so they can take more damage, all that stuff, right? Just make her anything, right, to make her a little bit better. And over here, all she has is just healing every turn, and then curse energy as well for every wave, and then that just increased on the adjustment, right? So overall, a little bit more debuffs for her, and she's really good. And I think, you know, she's still definitely usable, but I think on that lower end, because like no one's really using her anymore, right? Alright, so in the number 2 spot, we have my boy Mojito, okay? Because my boy has low-key gone missing. Like, he gets no use anymore because like his whole point was the, you know, unconditional chip damage, but the tower is just like too strong now, where you can barely, you know, find value in that, right? So going into Mojito's kit, he has over here damage and domain. It has insta kill plus only for like the low grade little enemies, right? Skill 2 has his little store thing. Obviously it changes on his ult, but the main one is just, you know, miniaturization and fills the ult gauge. Yeah, that doesn't change. Damn. Okay, yeah, so that one's a good skill. I think I might change that a little bit, maybe buff him a little bit. I don't know about that though. I think I probably changed this one and ult, maybe the auto skill and ult. But anyway, right, this one's gonna be just damage, and then it can do insta kill in here as well. It's just more damage, right? And then for his ult is the domain, obviously. Then it does deals damage equal to 50% of all enemies HP. If all of them, I'd change it to like maybe 25, make it a little bit better. You know, I don't think that would hurt the game too much because it is Mojito. It's nothing crazy, right? I think and like unconditional 25% will feed families, honestly. And also he gets, you know, decreased damage received, you know, guaranteed hit, all the like, you know, the average domain stuff, right? And overall, if this gets a buff, just more damage again, more unconditional damage, maybe like buff green allies, he's already crazy, right? And then go into his auto skills here. He has some regeneration as well. I don't know why it says that. I don't think he got an SP buff yet. I don't know, but yes, so outside of each turn, if earn HP 70% or below and curse energy is 40 or above, you get 8% heals. I'd probably tweak the the passive as well. I can alt and passive I'd change. Passive, give it more stats, right? Easily, I think, get rid of this little thing. I think Curse Engine needs to be 40 or above. Give it for free. I think 8% is fair, to be honest. Other units get it anyway. Then I might add, like, maybe just some green damage increase. Maybe 1% conditional damage. Just, you know, some niche little, like, gimmicky things that work, right? Because we need some unique stuff for Mahito. Because, you know, in himself, is a very unique character. I want to see a bit more uniqueness. You know, keep that little chip damage, unconditional stuff going. I think it's really cool. So, for Mahito, long story short, I think he should get a better passive, incorporate his gimmicky little chip damage a little bit more through his ult, and that's about it. Alright, so number one, I'm sure you guys, if you guys have watched my channel for long enough, you know who it's going to be. It is my glorious king, Blue Gojo, okay? The OG GOAT of Phantom Parade. If you know, you know. My boy was holding it down for us, but no one else was, okay? But Blue Gojo, right now, he's very due for SP buff, I think. He's still good, but, like, doesn't get much use anymore with Sukuna and the Domain Gojo, Little Duo, and all that stuff, right? You don't really need Blue Gojo anymore, unless, like, it's a blue stage where you can't use Sukuna or whatever, right? But they could make him crazy just by purely increasing his stats. He's already a crazy character, but going through his kit, okay, so I don't know why it's like that. I don't think he got a buff ever, but damage, right? Skill 1 for free. Skill 2's damage again. Skill 3, buff. The most probably bare bones character in the game. All he has is just damage, damage, buff, damage, right? That's it. Nothing crazy about him at all. And oh, you guessed it, damage, right? And then for his auto skills, obviously, he's gonna have just urgent business. You know, 7 turns and he dips. He has the invincibility for 7 turns, unconditional. And zone outburst as well, where obviously when he black flashes, he gets zoned, right? What I do for Gojo, honestly, they can go like 2 routes, right? Number 1, they can like actually tweak his kit like a lot. Maybe do on skill 2, give him like an extra damage increase and then plus a curse technique increase. That will feed families. Maybe a taunt as well. You know, Hollow Purple has it. Maybe they could do that. I don't know. A taunt would be cool for 1 turn. Then maybe like one time in 3 turns, so you can't spam it every turn. That would be cool, I think. And then other than that, I think they go for, yeah, just more damage, curse technique for the extra little multiplier, and then maybe just, I doubt they do anything for skill 1, skill 3. I mean skill 1, skill 2, because they're already damaged. If they're gonna SP it, all they're really gonna do is just increase the damage and maybe do a little debuff in there. I wouldn't do that. I'd go down to the ult and maybe give that a little effect. Maybe, you know, maybe give the team a buff or restore his turn count by 1, something like that. And then, or I'd go in the auto skills and just give him maybe curse technique every turn. Maybe on zone, if he black flashes, he can get like increase, you know, damage dealt or something like that. Maybe give a bit more incentive to use his skill 2 and try to black flash. Just, you know, things like that, right? Where I don't think he really needs much, just a little bit more stats, and he's very like a GOAT again. So not really too much for Gojo, but I think he already has a lot of potential. And my boy, I know for a fact when SP rolls around, he will be eating good. So that is the list, boys. Nothing too crazy, you know what I'm saying? But here is the list. If you boys enjoyed, be sure to black flash levels of content. Might do a part 2, I think, because your boy has another Gojo that was not on this list. But let me know who you guys want to see SP buff next. You know, I want to see all you guys' ideas. Remember, someone, the Hollow Purple dude, he gave me the Hollow Purple SP theory. Honestly, everyone else's theory. So let me know down below. But that's all from me. I'll see you boys later. Peace.